Reading books is not only a pleasant pleasure, getting the chance to relax and enjoy a moment for yourself, getting lost in a fictional story or indulging in new facts and knowledge, but reading books also gives you a lot of other bonuses that will make your life better. Watch this video and get to know exactly why you should read at least a few pages in a book on a daily basis. Don't forget to subspace to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Let's continue. By reading books, you will increase the chances of getting the job you've always dreamt of. An employer always hires people who can communicate clearly, and are good at expressing themselves. And as we all know, you get a bigger and better vocabulary when you read books, which in turn means that you get one step closer to your dream job. If you'd rather want to work for yourself as an entrepreneur of some sorts, reading books is of course one of the main things you should do, to become better and gain more knowledge, not only for that specific genre you want to be working in, but as an overall improvement of yourself. When you read, you constantly challenge the brain to explore different questions and stories, which leads to a better ability to construct simple and complex sentences. When you know how to do that, you will be able to have more intellectual conversations, you will easily be understood, and people will immediately know what it is that you explain to them. A study conducted by the University of Sussex in 2009 showed that reading for just 6 minutes a day reduced stress levels by 68%. Your brain also works differently from when you're reading versus, for example, scrolling or watching something on a screen. Your brain gets too many impressions from a screen with images and letters, and therefore gets exhausted rather than relaxed. By reading a book, your brain needs to work in a different manner, putting together contexts and images of its own, and in its own pace. This state relaxes the brain but also gain recreational satisfaction. By reading, you get to disappear into fictional worlds for a moment, getting to know people whom you've never met before, and encounter situations you've never been in. You get to travel to distant locations and experience things you maybe never would get to experience in real life. This brings you feelings of satisfaction and enjoyment, and might also help you a bit on the way to dare taking that step in real life, meeting new people, travel to faraway countries, or getting a new hobby. By reading books you can also join book clubs, both online and in real life, and share your interest in books with like-minded people, and by surrounding yourself with people with whom you can share your interest with, you're one step closer to getting out of your depression. Researchers have been able to prove that by reading books, the brain is positively stimulated and we improve our empathy and memory. Reading makes you feel better, minimizes the risk of Alzheimer's, and lowers heart rate and blood pressure. A study was conducted to determine the life expectancy of readers and non-readers within the adult population. The adults who actively read books were more likely to live longer than those who did not, by a difference of 2 years. The study also found that people who read more than 3 hours a week lived longer than those who were not enthusiastic readers. The study showed that reading newspapers and magazines was not as effective as reading novels. Clear connections have also been made on people who read a lot of books grow old in a healthy way, helping maintain their cognitive function as they age. Studies conducted show that people who regularly engage in reading reduce the risk of developing brain damage. When you read fictional stories, you develop your way of thinking critically, something that is really needed in today's society. You also develop emotional intelligence, which in turn makes it easier for you to understand other people. To understand other people and have empathy for others is something we all want too, right? These are abilities you increase by reading. When you read, your brain learns what it's like to be in someone else's shoes, also by reading about how other people struggle with their problems, fictional or not, leading to you becoming better at empathizing in real life. Reading also helps you become more open-minded, inclusive, and tolerant. It will make you have a better attitude towards people who maybe do not share the same thoughts and opinions as yourself, which will make it easier for you to talk to all kinds of people, regardless of their background or current situation. When you read a fictional story, you will begin to imagine its content, and your imagination will improve. Imagination then helps you create and do things in real life, problems that you might not would have been able to solve before, but with increased imagination, things will get a lot easier. Memory improves when reading, because you have to remember characters, conversations, plot, events and happenings, as the story unfolds. This improves your memory and will also help you remember long-term goals and actions. It is also scientifically proven that reading books slows the decline of memory as you get older. The brain is like any muscle in your body. It needs regular exercise to improve, and your brain gets that exercise through daily reading. By reading books, fictional or facts, the brain stimulates the release of endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine, which are the so-called happy hormones. So by reading, you will become happy. When reading, the brain sorts out and organizes the information it receives. While you are enjoying the story you're reading, the brain is working behind the scenes, without you even knowing it, meaning you will become better at analyzing things since your brain is filling up on important information, which you later will be able to find and bring out exactly when needed to, when you have to analyze various problems in your life. If you alternate between reading fiction and facts, you will increase your personal development by getting more knowledge downloaded in that computer of yours called brain, while your imagination increases. Just think how much more fun your life will be by knowing more facts about different things, while also being able to fantasize more. One of the advantages of reading nonfiction is that it activates the part of the brain responsible for analytical thinking, which means your thought process increases. This means that you will understand real concepts better, and also find it more easy regarding forming your own opinions about different things. And by reading in general, you will also increase your communication skills, meaning that reading makes it easier for you to discuss your opinion and thoughts on different matters. If you find it difficult to prioritize and find enough time in your everyday life, you should increase your reading. Because the more you read, the easier your brain will be able to prioritize, and give you orders on how to act in different daily situations. The structure of your days will get better, and your daily life will flow more easily the more you read. By reading before you go to bed, you help your body and mind settle down, which in turn leads to you de-stressing and falling into a better, more relaxed sleep. Your focus also shifts when you're reading. If for example you've had a difficult day at work or a hectic schedule tomorrow and can't stop thinking about everything that needs to be done, reading a book can definitely help with that. Your mind will focus on the words, sentences and the story in the book, rather than on your problems. But, choose a calm and pleasant feel-good book to read before bedtime, rather than a scary horror story that might stress you out. So, reading can improve your life in many ways, and the benefits of reading are undeniable. One of the most powerful weapons you can have in today's society is a book and some knowledge, and with this you will come a long way. It gives you a chance to explore the world's various possibilities and get inspired in the process. Do you read books on a daily basis? Who is your favorite writer, or your favorite book? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, see you next time.